Okay, our second exercise is to find the area of a rectangle. This is doubly useful to you because you will be using this also in graphics formulas. So for example, a rectangle with a length of 8 and a width of 3 gives you 8 times 3, 24. It's a simple enough formula, but let's turn it into a piece of code. Just turn to our how we're going to code it. What we're going to do is our input values are L and W, two values, length and width, and the output is area, and there's your formula which will sit in the middle. And what we'll call it is area of a rectangle. So let's work out how we can code it. We go to Piezo and we're going to leave our previous function there. Just push it up a bit so you can see the result from before. Now we need to define a function which is area of rectangle is the name of our function. Open close bracket, colon, hit enter. What are the input statements that we have here? So we have, for the input, we need to input L and W. What's the process? In future videos I will go faster. We need to calculate the area, and what's the output? It's the area. Okay, so first is length. And the length, here's the question for you, is it going to hold decimals? Is it just hold numbers? Let's assume it's going to hold decimals, so let's speed the process up. We write float, open close bracket. Inside there, we type in input, open close bracket. Inside those brackets, we write our prompt. So we say length. Now, I'm just using single words. I would recommend later on you get to use proper sentences to make it clear, but this so we don't spend too long distracted. We've got a similar line for the width. And the easiest way when you have code that's very similar is grab that first line, copy it, paste it underneath, not twice, just the once. Seem to have pasted it twice, and then change the values. Not length in the second line we want for the input, we want the width. And as the prompt, we want to ask for the width. Okay, so now we have two variables. Make sure they're all lined up. What's the process? The process is to calculate and assign the area, an area variable, from the result of multiplying the length and the width. And the output is a print statement, and again we use speech marks to say area of a rectangle, if I can spell, and then we put after the comma we put the variable area. Now in later videos you'll be shown how to format this in different kinds of way. That pretty much looks right to me. Now we need to right click our file, run the file as a script to make sure there are no obvious errors, and it updates our environment and tells us we are all up to date. Double click the name of the function, paste it in here and run it. Put open close brackets, remember. So the length, so let's have a look at the examples we get in the text. The examples are if the length is 8 and the width is 3, we expect 24. So let's have a look. So if the length is 8 and the width is 3, we expect 24. There we go. That's relatively straightforward. So that's our second simple example of getting input, output, and process.